Now, Corsair had a fantastic year in 2021, and it doesn't seem like they're going to slow down anytime soon. Over the holidays, they sent over a few goodies for me to check out, primarily the K70 RGB Pro, which is what we're going to cover in today's video. Now, for me, I'm kind of always hesitant to switch keyboards. I find one that I like, and I'll buy 2 or 3 of them and use them around the studio and the game room. One of the biggest issues I run into is not having enough space between keys for faster typing, which kind of pisses me off after a few minutes and then leads me to return the keyboard or not even use it. Coming from the Roccat Vulcan 120, which you guys have seen me use over the past few years, I thought for sure this keyboard wasn't going to work out for me since the spacing initially felt a bit tighter. I gave it over a week, and I'm sure glad I did because the new RGB K70 Pro really brought me back into giving other gaming keyboards a shot. This newer Pro model keeps all of the iconic elements we got before with the first K70 while raising the bar for performance, style, and reliability. This new model is built with a durable anodized brushed aluminum frame that sports everyone's favorite Cherry MX switches, each lit with dynamic per key RGB lighting. In the box, you get the keyboard with the detachable braided 6-foot USB Type A to C cable. Now, for me personally, I need a longer cable, something at least over 6.5 feet, so the one that came with the keyboard just wouldn't cut it for me. In this instance, I'm glad that Corsair does give you the option to choose your own. You also have a dope magnetic soft touch palm rest that goes together very nicely with the look and feel of this keyboard. The Cherry MX switches come in red, blue, brown, silent red, and speed silver depending on where you guys are at. For its weight, it comes in at just over 2.5 pounds without the armrest, which makes this the perfect companion to travel with for gaming and tournaments in combination with that detachable braided cable. Now, the keyboard itself does have 5 hotkeys. You have your volume control knob in the upper right hand corner with a mute switch, as well as the play, pause, go back a track, go to the next song in the upper right hand corner. In the left hand corner, you have your lock function for the keyboard. You have your profile selector based on how many profiles you guys actually set up. And then you have the brightness control, which lets you adjust the brightness in 20% increments, which makes it super useful if you want to do it on the fly and not have to actually go in the Corsair software to adjust it. It doesn't have dedicated macro keys, but does have onboard macro recording, so you can set your own, which you have a lot to work with. You can set up to 50 onboard profiles with 20 different layers of lighting effects. For support, you can use this keyboard with your Windows, your Mac, and even your Xbox One or Series X and S. Its price tag kicks off at $159, which might be on the steeper side, but in all reality, the look, feel, and functionality of this keyboard definitely promotes that premium factor to justify its price point. Another dope feature is you get the tournament switch behind the keyboard next to the port for the braided cable. So if you guys are on the go and playing competitive, you can flip a switch and set your keyboard for competition without having to worry about hitting any macro activations you might have in place, while also disabling any of the free static backlighting that you might have set with your profiles. All of this with a 0.25 millisecond response time. Now, the K70 Pro gives you 8,000 Hz for hyperpolling with 4,000 Hz dedicated to key scanning in sync with the 20 layers of processing for lighting that processes and transmits inputs up to 8 times faster than most conventional gaming keyboards that you guys might be used to. This is all thanks to Corsair's AXON technology that powers the K70 RGB Pro. Now, all this can be controlled with the Corsair ICU software, which for whatever reason does not register the keyboard in the software with Windows 11. I'm assuming they're working on a fix for it. If you guys are using Windows 8, Windows 10, you shouldn't have any issues. But if you're using Windows 11, the software works fine, the keyboard works fine, it just doesn't recognize the keyboard in the software for whatever reason. So in the meantime, you're gonna have to use the FN plus the F1 to F9 keys to adjust your color profiles. Now, here we are in a soundproof game room. This is where I like testing out the microphones and the gaming headsets, the USB microphones, and so on. I wanted to do a keyboard click test for you guys with the K70 RGB Pro. Now, my Elgato Wave 3 is set up properly. It has noise gate, noise suppression, and OBS. And this is how much keyboard clicking it picks up from this mechanical gaming keyboard. It's a lot worse when I start talking because obviously that's when my noise gate opens up. So if you're someone that's streaming, gaming, it can get quite annoying. If you're not and you're just using it by yourself, you should be fine, obviously. It does feel very nice to type on. But your friends in Discord, party chat, game chat, and your stream might get quite annoyed. So try bringing your microphone a little bit closer to try to eliminate some of those keyboard clicks, but it's inevitable. You can't get rid of them. This is one of those main reasons why I stay away from mechanical gaming keyboards, and pretty much the only reason, along with spacing between the keys. So yeah, that's the keyboard click test with the K70 RGB Pro and the Elgato Wave 3, which is a lot closer to me than usual. Still picking up some keyboard clicks. Keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to gaming, I've always been a controller, and I'll never change. The thought of gaming on a keyboard just never really felt natural for me. But for the sake of testing and reviewing the K70 Pro, I actually kind of began to enjoy it, even more so than my Roccat Vulcan. Certain games like Warzone and Halo felt super responsive for me, and I didn't really mind it one bit. I still feel much more accurate personally using a controller, but for those of you that are rocking keyboard and mouse, I feel like this will be a solid upgrade for you guys. It definitely felt that way for me, seeing how I haven't upgraded my keyboard in forever, especially coming from that Rocket Vulcan. For macro recording, it's super simple to set up. All you have to do is either hold down the lock button or the FN key for 2 seconds, and the key that you'd like to save, and you're pretty much good to go. You'll notice a white pulse indication at the top of the keyboard that lets you know you just completed a new recording. You can do that same function when you want to clear that macro recording as well. If you, for whatever reason, are a nutcase when it comes to RGB lighting, like me, and you want to add some serious heat to your setup, Corsair is now also offering the LC100 smart lighting towers. They come in a kit and sit nicely on your desk or wherever you plan on putting them. Like the keyboard and the rest of Corsair's lineup of goodies, you can synchronize everything in the ICU software and even have it sync directly with the game you're playing or music and media that you're rocking with. It also has a headset holder if you're looking to set your favorite gaming headset on display, all within an arm's reach. Now for me personally, I really like the direction that Corsair's headed in. They had a fantastic lineup of products that launched over the past year, and they're not slowing down one bit. At $160, this keyboard is quite pricey, but as a design, software, functionality, and premium build to go with that premium price tag, and I kind of like it. I'm going to be using it going forward, but I'm curious to know, what are you guys currently rocking with? What's your favorite gaming keyboard and why? And would you spend $160 on this new K70 RGB Pro? Let me know down below, where you'll also find the links to everything that we covered in today's video. If you want to see more, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DetroitFury. And if you enjoyed this content, please make sure you smash that like button for me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. It really means a lot for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.